Okay. So last class, what we have discussed? We have discussed about flow controls. Okay. Last class we have discussed about flow controls. So in the flow control, last part is pending. The transfer statements. I think. Let me open that. So what is there in the flow control? What are all the how many types is there? Selection statements, iterative statements, transfer statement. Yesterday we have discussed selection statement and iterative statements, right? So now today we are going to move to transfer statements. Okay. So what you understood from yesterday's class? Selection statement and iterative statements. What you understood? Can someone tell? What is the use of if else block, switch statement in? Yeah. And if you want to execute, let's say your class or your method having some 100 lines of code, you want to execute based on some condition based. Okay, you want to restrict the some lines of code, don't want to execute based on some conditions. Okay, in that case, we need to go for all these flow control statements. As it maybe depends on your requirement, you can go for you can choose if else statement or switch case statement, or if you want to execute some 10 lines of code 100 times or 10 times, multiple times, you want to execute the same 10 lines of code multiple times, then we should go for iterative statements. Okay, out of iterative statement, we can go for while loop or do while or for loop or for each loop. Okay, so in the while loop means always compulsory the condition must satisfy. Then only the loop body will execute. Okay. If you want to execute at least one time, the loop body want to execute at least once. Then in that case we need to choose do while. Okay. If you want to execute of multiple times for loop, normal for each loop, normal for loop will use if you want to execute the number of times that you should know before that. Let's say you want to execute of 10 times some lines of code. That 10 times, how many number of times you want to iterate that count, if you should know before, then we should go for loop. Okay. Let's say you have some list of components is there. You don't know how many list is there. Okay. Then in that case, we can go for each loop also. That is the advanced one. Okay. Now, yeah, yeah, yeah. You want to from the for loop, you mean, right? Okay. Okay. Yes. In reverse order means compulsory we should go for loop, not for each loop. So for loop means we can do either forward direction as well as in the reverse direction. Okay, both we can do. But in case of for each loop, only forward direction is there. Okay. Now that you can do of some exercise. I have given maybe some exercise for loop, right? In the yesterday's document. Conditional check increment flow control, right? It is a for loop related. I have given some exercise also, right? Did you practice this one? Is there any yeah error first example? Okay. Yeah, let me take this. Okay. Why you are getting error? We'll see it. So by seeing this, you should tell like, yeah, we'll get error. The reason is the condition in between. First one is initialization section in the for loop, right? Second one is condition check. The third one is increment or decrement, right? So the second one is always it is giving as true, right? So when this statement will execute, and after for loop there is one statement, right? System dot out dot println of high is there. So at any point of time, this statement cannot execute because always this condition is true. So always this for loop will execute. There is no point of time which this statement will execute. That is the reason it is going to give error. Let's go and do some for exam. class for loop test. Yeah. Now control shift F. See, this is will go unreachable code. What is mean by unreachable code, guys? What is mean by unreachable code means this code will never execute by the JVM. The meaning of unreachable code means, okay, we are writing lines of code means compulsory it should execute some point of time, right? If the JVM is not able to execute this line at any point of time means obviously the compiler will throw the exception like unreachable code. Okay, so that is the reason it is giving us error. Okay, you can say here as unreachable code error in the practice section. Next one, next section, is it going to give error or will it succeed? Why it is giving error? False. That means which statement will not execute? Yes, this statement will never execute at any point of time, right? So that is the reason even this case also will give error. Okay, make it false, and then we are doing, then this line is going to give unreachable code error. Okay, now next one. Yeah, will it execute or will it also give error? So I'm giving empty in between. Just assume I will comment this and then you should tell after later that I'll uncomment it. So if I'm removing this, what is by default here? And yeah, nothing is, yeah, here nothing is there means what is the meaning of that? It is true by default. If nothing is there, compiler will add by default true in the condition check. Okay, that's what. Let's say, for example, even if I'm removing everything, okay, simply two semicolons if I'm giving, this is giving error. The reason is the first part is initialization section before semicolon. Okay. After semicolon, second part, second is condition check. After the second semicolon, it is increment. So all are optional part. Initialization, condition check, increment and decrement, all are optional. Okay. Even along with this, into I equal to 0. Okay. I equal to 0. Next to I less than 10, just assume. Okay. I plus plus. If I'm doing, so this is normal, all things I have added. Initialization is added, condition check is added, and increment decrement. So in place of these things, we can do of any Java statement, valid Java statements. Okay. This is of initialization. If I can write system.out.println also, it will work it. Okay. Initialization. Just I'm giving. Won't give up any error. Of zero. Okay. Hmm, that 0 is not there, right? Or else we can keep that int value int I equal to 0 in the top. Okay. But somewhere should be this variable should be there, right? That is the reason it is giving error. Okay. Now, and even in this case also, we can give off any valid statement. I have explained in the yesterday's class. In this case, you can do up any condition check or you can give as empty. If empty is given means condition is always true. Okay, that's what the meaning of that. So when someone is asked, so it is of reversing of only even numbers or odd numbers, right? I think in the online, yeah, someone asked in the online. 1 second, guys. Maybe you people are not able to hear who are asking the questions in the online. Yeah. Now let's write that code. Okay. Now at your homework, guys, you need to do multiple ways. Okay. Let's say, for example, for loop. Let's say Yesterday's one.
Sir, your voice is not audible.
Oh, okay, 1 second, guys. Some settings. Are you able to hear me now? Is it clear now? Guys, are you able to hear me or not? Maybe. And let me join up. Are you able to hear me now, guys? Hello? Are you able to hear me now? Yeah. Actually, there is some people in the offline. So the whatever the questions that you are asking, they are not able to hear. I'm in headset. So that is the reason I have removed my headset. Okay. Now let's go and section. 1 second. Let me write that code. Okay. Yes. Sorry again. Resharing. Yes. Sorry guys. Stop sharing. Yeah. Test. Let me write it. Is less than or equal to 10 I plus plus. So you are expecting of only even numbers or some odd numbers. Okay. Let's say if the condition we need to write if I I percentage by 2 equal to 0 means what is that means if it is divided by 0 is coming means we can say that is even number. Correct or not? Now the even numbers even condition you need to write it. Okay. I value. Now let's write it. What is coming? 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. Only even numbers is coming. Right? If you want in the reverse order, if you want in the reverse order, then the starting point should be given as this one. Okay? And I greater than 0. I greater than 0 and I minus. Right? We should decrease it, the value. Now, now let's run it. Equal to 0 also should come, right? Now make it. It's coming in reverse order, right or not? From top to bottom it is coming. So that depends on the condition you are which you are writing. It will decide it. Okay, whether in the reverse order or in the forward direction. Okay. Next one. Is it clear? The question who asked? Yeah. If you don't want of even numbers, then only what the change we need to do? Not. If you are giving not means what numbers will get? Odd numbers. Okay. Odd numbers will get it. In the lobby. No. Yeah. Okay. Now, is it clear, guys? Now I'm moving to transfer statements. Okay. Now I'm moving to transfer statements. Come down. For loop is done. Transfer statements. So when do we need transfer statements? Okay, I have written off some lines of code. Okay, out of 10 lines of code, based on some condition, I don't want to execute off after 5 lines. Okay, I'll write 10 lines of code. So after some particular condition is satisfied, I don't want to continue my rest of the code. Then in that case, we have two statements: whether you want to break or whether you want to continue something. Okay, two things is there: either continue and break. Okay, break means it will come out of the loop. Okay, if you want to continue means, let's say, what is happening in this case? What is happening if the even number odd number is coming, then I'm printing that, right or not? If the if even number is coming, then in that case it is avoiding that and then continuing for the next number, right or not? Right, let's say for example, if I equal to 5, up to 5 up to 5 iterations only I want to execute. Up to 5 iterations, whatever the even numbers that is there, up to that I don't want of 10. Even my loop is 10 is there, but whenever I is identifying as 5, then up to that only I want to finish it. Okay, I equal to 5, then exit or break. Let's say I'm giving as a break system.out.println of okay. If I now this time up to I equal to 5 is coming, right? Up to that only it will execute. The rest of the times it will come out of that. I is coming as 5. Whenever I is coming as 5, only even one more second. Let's say this is the condition, right? I want to know the even numbers up to 100 is there. Just assume 100 times is there. Out of 100, up to 50 numbers only I want to see only the even numbers or odd numbers. But normally if you are running this one, up to what it will, up to 100 it will show, right? From 99 to till 1 it is showing. But if I want to only up to 50, up to 50, then in that case you need to write up one more condition. Okay, if I not equal to I greater than 50. If I greater than 50, then only up to 50 only I want my condition. Okay, then if that is happened, then break it. Okay, I greater than 0, up to that it will happen. Okay, okay, not this one. Let's after that what we are doing, if I equal 50, okay, then break. Okay, come out of the loop. I don't want to execute of rest of the iterations. Now, right, equal see 50, right? 50 will never come inside this. We are giving as not, right? Not. It will never come into inside this condition itself will fail, right? Okay, that is the reason it is not executing. Just assume even number. Okay. Now see, up to where it is executed? 50. Up to 50 only. Clear or not? So in this case, where I am breaking the code, the rest of the iterations I don't want. Whenever I is coming as 50, I want to break rest of all the iterations. Okay. In that case, we can use break. Okay. Next, is it clear the break condition when we will use? If you want to stop some execution after some period of time, or in the switch case also we have seen, right? In the switch case we have seen of that where is the switch case switch statement? Yeah, see here, if you are giving as 2, case 2 will execute, case 98 will execute, case 99 also will execute. Because why? Because the break statement is not there in the above two cases, right or not? If the break is there, then if you are giving as value 2, then in the case 2 only will execute. Rest of the statements will not execute, right? Let's say for example, break, here break. This is switch case, right? If I am giving as 2 here, how many cases will execute? Only case 2 will execute. Because after case 2 I have given break statement. Right? Now let's only case 2. Okay? If I am giving as remove break, but the value is 2 only. Okay? If I am giving 2 and here 2 breaks I have removed. Okay? Now how many statements will execute? Case 2 will execute, case 98 will execute, case 99 also will execute. Right? So because it is not identifying the break. So continuing the it will continue until wherever it is identifying the break statement. Okay? Now, right? Case 2, 1, 5, all is executing. Okay? Now, yeah. Inside switch to stop fall through. Inside switch, that only we have explained just now. Inside switch, what is fall through? Yesterday I told you. So if sometimes we need to execute of multiple cases for same actions, okay, then in that case we can use of fall through inside switch. Fall through inside switch. Let me, if you want, I'll repeat that point again. Yeah. See, fall through inside switch. So within the switch, if any case is matched, if any case is matched from that case onwards, from that case onwards, all statements will be executed until break or end of switch. This will called as fall through inside switch. Okay. In that case, we are using a break statement. Okay. The main advantage of what is the use of fall through? The main advantage of fall through inside switch is we can define common action for multiple cases. Right or not? Even I given one example also. Yeah. See again one example also. Right? Yesterday I have given this example. So first 3 months are first quarter, second 3 months are second quarter. If I am giving case 1 or 2 or 3, it will execute of same this one. The output is same. The action is same for all the cases. Right? In that case, it is suitable the break statement. Okay. Now next go to this is one place that will use break. And next inside loops also, just now I told you in the inside loops also we can use, but outside of that break we can't use it. Okay, somewhere we need to in either switch case or in for loop. See, I is equal 0, I less than 10, I plus plus. If I is identifying as 3, just come out of the loop. Okay. Now, next continue statement. Next continue statement. Let's say without this one, without let's say system dot out potential enough some message hi. Okay. Now, if I'm normal cases, it will not accept that. If you're writing the break statement, if you're writing in the normal code, it won't allow that. It is not the correct place to add the break statement. It must be used either in switch case or in for loop. Okay, that is the one more condition. Next, next is continue statement. Continue statement means even this is also, if you want some condition, break is to stop the execution. Okay, break is until that it will identify that code, it will execute that code. After that it will come out of that loop or switch wherever it is. Okay, sometimes we need to continue some statements. Sometimes we need to continue some of the statements or iterations. Then in that case we have a statement called continue also. Okay, now let's see what it is going to give. See that. So before, if I'm keeping as break means it is stopping, right? Some condition. Now, what I'm telling now, yeah, let's print it. What it is going to print? It is printing 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. It is only odd numbers is printing, right? Whenever I'm telling if 5 percentage 2 equal to 0 is coming means even number, that means then I don't want to use of that number, I don't want to print it. Okay, just to continue the loop, ignore that even numbers and continue the loop. Okay, right or not? In this case it is accepting only odd numbers. If the statement is returning true, then continue, it will continue. If the statement is returning false, then the else this part will execute and then again it will go for loop. Actually, inside for loop, we have three lines of code. Correct or not? If the I value is even number, I don't want to use in my calculations. Only odd numbers only I want to use in my calculations. Okay. Then ignore of even numbers. For ignoring of that, I percentage 2 equal to 0 is there means it will return true for even numbers. Then in that case, go for the next statement again. Go for next I plus plus. Let's say it will go for the increment value. Okay. Now let's read that statement. We can use continue statement inside loops to skip the current iteration. Current iteration. Let's say if even number means it is going to execute the rest of the statements. Right or not? Saying to skip the current execution. So normally if it is an odd number, this all will execute. Right? This continue. If it is an even number, skip these statements. Below statements, whatever is there, skip it and then go for the next iteration, next value. Okay? That's where we'll go. We can use of continue statement. Okay? Is it clear this one or not? When we'll use continue. Now let's see some more. We can use of continue, we can use continue statement, continue statement only inside loop, only continue statements. Okay, if we are using anywhere else, this continue statement we can use only in for loops only, but break we can use in switch as well as for loop both, but this statement we can use only in for loops only. Okay, for loop or for each loop. Okay, only in for loops only we can use it, elsewhere it will give a compilation error. Okay, that's what continue and break statement. Okay, is it clear guys, the people who are in online? Guys, is it clear or not? Not able to hear me? Yeah. Okay, now the next topic is next topic I'm going to start declarations and access modifiers. Declarations and access modifiers. What is declaration and access modifier? That we'll see one by one. Now, as part of this, first we'll see source file structure. What is mean by source file? Source file means whatever the code that we are writing, right? I can say this is one source file. This is one source file. Okay. Source file means source code. Okay. Okay. Source file. So what exactly it contains? What exactly a source file can contains? Okay. Now let's see one by one. How many classes is there in this one? How many classes? Only one class. By seeing itself, we can say public class. The class is only one class is there. So I can write off multiple also. I can write multiple also. I can no issue. Plus b. Like this, I can write any number of classes. I can write any number of classes. For the whichever the class we are using as public. For the whichever class, before we are using public, the class name must be with that name. The class name, the file name must be with that name. Okay? If the public is not there, then we can give any name. If public is not there, then we can give any name. No issue. Okay? There are some rules is there that we'll see one by one. Okay? A Java program can contain any number of classes. A class can contain any number of classes, but at most only one class can be declared as public. Out of that, only one class can be made public is one, right? Now if I'm making this class also as public, it will be error. It is giving, it should be its own file. It is saying the type must be defined its in own file. Okay? It will not accept two classes with public access specifier. Okay? Next part. So if there is a public class, then the name of the program and the name of the public must be matched. If the public is there means, but whatever the class we have mentioned as public, the name of the file also should be same. Let's say for example, public. Okay, this one remove as public. Okay, but I have only one public, right? If I am giving public for this one, it is not giving any error, right? Because the name of the file and the class which contains public is both are same, right? That is the reason it is not giving any error. If the public is removed and if I am giving to some other class, this is also class, okay? If I am giving public to other class, the class name is not matching. The file name and the class name both are matching, which contains public. Then in that case, compiler will not accept that. Okay? Clear or not? What you understood from this point? Whichever class contains public, the name of the file should be same as that class name. Clear or not? So let's say we have some classes there. Out of multiple classes, whichever the class contains public, the name of that file must be with that name only. Okay? Clear? Okay. Yeah. Now, next part. Is it clear, guys? If there is no public means we can give any name. If there is no public means, let's say for example, I am going up one more class. Okay, one more class with some T. Test. Okay, simply just one or something. But I have given the class name is test one. If I am removing this and adding as none of the class contains public, right? So in this case, no issues. That's what I have given here clearly. Okay. Now next, if no public class, then we can use any name. So no restrictions. Okay, that's fine. But internally, so it will save off how many classes it will generate. For each class, one dot class file will generate. For each class, one dot class file will generate. Okay. Now, if you want, you can see that. So inside the class name is test1, right? Inside which package? Flow control, right? Go to com flow control. 1, 2, 3. There might be some three classes. One dot class, right? Two dot class, three dot class, right? Let's say if I am removing these things. Now let's see, will it be there or not? All are gone. You verified? Let's say Control Z. And if I am saving, compiler will compile and then dot class files will add. See, one dot file, two dot class, three dot class, two dot class, right? If I am removing this, so for each and every class, the compiler will generate one dot class file. Okay? Whenever we are executing only dot class files only we can execute. Okay, not the source files. I have saved this class as test1. Okay, but I can't execute while running test1. I need to use any one of the class name. Let's say main method. So where execution will start? Main method, right? So whenever we are running this test class, it will not identify the main method, right? In the test class we don't have main method. Whichever class contains main method, so if you are executing of one dot class, then this method will execute. If all three is there main method, then whichever the class you are want to execute. Okay, let's say system.out.println 1. Okay, now whenever it is not giving of anything, right? Now let's create of one more class with main. Okay, class 1 2 3, right off one more class. Okay, test 1. Okay, system.out.println main or test 1. Okay. Now let's run as it is showing how many things. We have 4 class files is identified which contains all main method. It all contains main method. So which class you want to execute? But I have written single class, right? Class is single, but inside that class I have written multiple classes. So, but all class are contains main method. It is saying which class you want to execute. Let's say if I am giving 3 or 1, all are having 1, right? Let me give up 1. It is executing up 1. Let's say 3. Let's run as Java. If I am giving 3, then this class method only will execute. Okay, internally it is creating of all classes. See, if now I created one more class with the test1, doesn't matter, a single class can contains any number of classes. Okay, now if your class contains two public, the name of the program should be 2.java. Okay, otherwise you will get a error. If class contains if class 2 and 3 declared as public, then name of the program is 2, then it will not accept it, compiler. Both are having, I am telling, public. That's what this meaning. Okay, already I have given that example. Next, even the same example I have given. Now what I am telling, one more point, this method is commented. Okay, this method commented. Now let's run as it's not giving anything. Now control Z. If I am giving this main method is commented inside 3 class main method is commented. If I am, it will show even that also, whichever that is. Okay, it is removed out of that because it does not have a main method. Okay, that's good. Issues then. Next, test. Okay, now this part, let's try to run as test. 1 second. Or else let's run it. What it is saying? Main method is not there. Okay, which class I executed? Test1. See here, test1 is executing, right? So inside test1 I commented that main method. Okay, it is searching for that main method. If that is not there, then it is saying that method is not found. Okay, main method not found. Next, the important points related to this one is whenever we are compiling a Java program, whenever we are compiling any Java program or any source file. Okay, for every class present in that program, a separate dot class file will be generated. That's what has happened now. Okay, I showed you that one. Now we can compile a Java program, but we can run dot class file. Whatever the source file that is there, whatever the source file that is there here. Now in this case, we don't have main method in this one, right? Now the class file is there, but we can't execute that one, right? The rest of the classes contains main method. Those things we can execute. Now go here, three. Okay, those things we can execute, but whenever you are executing which contains dot class files only will execute. Okay, not source files. Okay, whenever you are executing a Java class, the corresponding main method will be executed based on the dot class file which you are executing. That corresponding dot class file main method will execute. Okay, now, if a class does not contain main method, then we'll get a runtime exception. I'm telling not compile time. Compile time, no issue. What is meant by compile time means whenever you are writing, that is compile time. Okay? Runtime means whenever you are running the program, that is called runtime. Okay? This is called runtime. Okay? Running the program. Compile time means whenever you are writing that time, the compiler will check whether you are writing the correct code or not. Okay. Now, it is not recommended to declare multiple classes in a single source file. Single class file, I have created test class file, but it is not recommended approach to write multiple classes within this single source file. Okay. It is not good approach. It is not the best practice to write multiple classes in the single source file. This is source file, guys. We are writing multiple classes. Okay, it is not a good approach. If you want to write a separate one class, okay, then it is better to write a separate class like now go inside here, control N, class, right, ONE, right, main method, like this, right, its own class, right, its own class. It is the best approach, writing its own file. Okay, next, it is not recommended to declare multiple classes in a single source file. It is highly recommended to declare only one class per source file, and name of the program we have to be keep same as the class name. Okay, now, the main advantage of why do you need to write like that means the maintainability and readability will be improved. Let's say, for example, we are writing multiple classes in the single class file, single source file. Then you want to search for some functionality. Then you don't know, right, in which class we have written some other inner class again. It is very difficult. Okay, right or not? So, in that case, the readability and maintainability will be difficult. If you are writing separately, then easily we can write it. One class file or two class file or three class file. Easily we can identify. Okay. But if you are writing in a single file means we don't know in which class we have written that class 1 or class 2, class 3. Okay. Now, that is related to class names. Okay. Now, next part is import statement. What is mean by import statement means so whatever the class that we have written, whatever the classes, let's say for example, let's remove off other things. Okay, I have written one class here, right? Now, if I'm writing up one more class somewhere, some other package, I'm writing inside this package, inside, not in flow control. Okay, just assume inside some other folder, just assume for time being some other folder, I'm creating up one more class. Okay, one more class that is called 2. Okay, it contains of some method, class is 2, write some method public void method. Okay, method 1, what's a method? Okay, right, some statement two class 2 method 1 class 2 method 1, this is the one, right? Now, now this is in different package, different folder. Okay, the class 2 is in different folder. I want to use of this two class in this test class. In this class, I want to use of this class. Okay. Now, if I'm using of class 2 p equal to new 2, I want to call off this method. I want to call this method 1. Okay. From this test 1 class. Then it is saying the class 2 is cannot be resolved yet type. It is saying. Okay. I am not able to identify the class 2 where it is available. Okay. Then in this case, we need of that class. It should be available to this class. This class is available in flow control package, flow control folder or package normally. Okay. For package, maybe you are not hearing that word, right? So I'm telling for time being folder. Okay. If two class want to make it available to test class 1, then we need a import statement. Okay. See where this class is available. Okay. This class is available in com.techno.ibc.arrays. Right or not? So it is available in this folder. Okay. If you are adding that folder, import com.techno.ibc.2, then it is available to this class. This 2 class is now available to test 1 class. Okay. If you want to want to use some other class in the your class, then we need a import statement. If it is your class, whatever the class that you are using, if it is in within the same package, within same package, let's say one is there, right? One is in flow control, our test one is also in flow control, same folder. Then if I want to use of one o equal to new 1, this time it is not giving any error because both are in same folder, both are in same package. Okay. If any class we are writing within that package, that is available. If you want to access this one class in the arrays package, okay, in this other package, then compulsory we need of import statement. Okay. Then only it is available to that class. Okay. Now let's read it. This class is my class which I have created, right or not? Two class, one class, this classes is which I have created. But already in the Java software, already we have some predefined classes. These are user defined, which we created, we call it as a user defined classes. Okay. Which already there given by Java people at the time of along with software. Then those classes will called as predefined classes. Predefined. Okay. Predefined classes. Okay. Now let's say take up one more example. Now has map or any class. Okay. H equal to new hash map. Okay. Now it is giving, yeah, so it is giving error. So it is in some different package. This class is I am in this package, okay, but I am using of some predefined class. Any class, guys. Thousands of classes, lakhs of classes are there. Okay, so those classes, if you want to make it available to our class, then we need a import statement. Then only those classes will be available to our class. Then we need a import java dot util package. There is one package called java util. Inside that hash map, this is a class. Okay. Fair or not? What is the use of import statement? Let's read it again. Hash map cannot be resolved type because that is not available. Or else, let's say for example, one more. If control say I don't want of import statement. I don't want import statement if I am adding here in the class itself. even we can add direct to the class also, right or not? So at the time of creating object for that class, so the full package name also I'm added to the class, right or not? So but the readability is not good, right or not? So let's say if I want to have 100 classes in my class, then like this we need to add all the packages with the class. That is not good. Okay, for that, and readability and maintainability is also not good, and code length is also increasing. Length of the code is also it is increasing. So to avoid that, we can use of import statements, or else let's say for example class 2, if I want to use of one more class, this one, then I need to use of with the full package. Only this one will not accept. Okay, so everywhere we can't use up all this the package, right? For all the classes inside this package, 10 classes is there. For all the 10 classes, if I want to use some other class, then I can't use all with the package names. I can't use. It is not good way, and the length of the code is also it is increasing, right? So to avoid that, what we can say, take this one, Control X, and import this one dot star. If you want multiple classes, okay, then remove this. All classes of under that package will be imported here, right or not? Now, so instead of adding package name to the classes, I can add single import statement, then all of that classes will be available under this one. Okay, now the readability also increase. It is simple. Okay, now, next go to the problem with the issues of a fully qualified name. We'll say this one as a fully qualified name. Okay, fully qualified name of the class. Next, so the problem with the fully qualified name of the fully qualified name, every time it increases the length of the code. It increases the length of the code and reduces the readability. Okay, reading of only the class name like two is better, or with the package name is better. So two is simply two dimensions test one. This is simple, right? If I want to tell the class name like com.techno.ibc.rs. Two dimension test, it is not good, right? Right or not? So it will reduce the readability also. Okay, and we can solve this problem by using import statements. That's what this import statement in the above, whatever that is there here. Okay, now we can write any number of import statements. Okay, let's say out of 10 classes under this package, I want to use of only one class. Just instead of class, okay, only that classes will come under that package. How many classes? These many number of class, 10 classes is there, right? Right. So then, if you are using only single class, it is better to write that the single class which you are using. Okay, which is single class. Instead of star, you can use that specific class. Okay, only that class will be imported to this class. Clear? Clearer, guys? The people who are in online? Yeah. Now, next part. Whenever we are writing import statement, it is not required to use fully qualified name every time. Okay, we can use short name directly. That's all we have discussed. Now, next. Yeah, that's what just now I told you. If it is a single class, if it is a single class, we can use of directly class name. If you are using multiple classes under this package, we can use of star. Okay. Now, under after the class, we should not give star. That is wrong again. After this class, we should not see it is giving error. It will give error. It will think like something else. Okay, let's say if I'm giving com techno ibc arrays, right? So com under the techno package is there, under techno ibc package is there, under ibc arrays package is there, right? So if we are giving IBC star, it will not accept that. IBC star means, so whatever the classes that is available in IBC only, it will consider. It will not consider all the sub package and its classes. Okay? But actually our class is available in which package? Arrays. If you are adding arrays, then only it will star or two class will import. Okay, under this arrays, let's say some other package is there again. Let's create up one more package. Okay, arrays dot sub, just I'm giving sub package, just assume. Under this I have one more class. Under this I have one more class. Let's say just I moved one class to arrays. Then the package name of this class is changing. Compulsory we should change it, otherwise it will give error. Arrays dot sub. Okay, now next, where we are, yeah, next one, yeah. So whenever we are using the class array list, after end is class only. Okay, after that we should not give any star. Okay, now this also I have given, this also I have given. So if you are giving only package name, the semicolon is, see, that is invalid. Why it is invalid means, which class we are testing, yeah, this one, right? So up to this package I'm giving dot star. If I'm not giving, okay, let's say only arrays, under arrays if you want to all classes, then we need to use star, right? Without giving star, if you are giving this one, it is not a valid package. It's not a valid one. Compulsory we need to use of either star or specific class. Okay, that's what the meaning of these things. Next, whenever we are using fully qualified name, it is not required to write import statement. Okay, we are using fully qualified name, then that's what I told you, right? If you are writing directly this one to this class here, then we don't need a import statement, right? I told you it is not required, no error. Okay, that's what's point. Next type, sometimes we can have a single class can contains in multiple packages. A class contains multiple. Let's assume this two class is available in RS package, right? The same class I can use in flow control also. Let's change the package. Let's change the package. If you are writing, if you are writing, let's in different class, okay, or in some other package. So it is going to ask, it is going to, now, so my two class is available in how many packages? Two class is available in two packages. One is in arrays, one is in flow control. Okay, if I am using, if I am 2 t equal to new 2, so then which class, which package class, which package class, where I have written down here, sorry, and right up here. Now if I am writing this one here, let's remove it. It is asking two packages. Import is showing one is available com.techno.ibc and arrays. One more is com.techno.ibc.flow control. Okay. So it will say which one you want. Which one you want. So based on correct one we should do import. If you are not selecting the correct import statement, you will get a irrelevant result. Okay, you will not get correct result. Okay, that is, be careful. Now that's what this one. Next font, we can see the example of this one. Simple. So this package, the date class contains in two packages. One is in SQL, other one is in util. Both it is there. Okay. So whenever you are writing like this, so whichever we are giving specific class, okay, first it will give priority to that import statement. Okay. Now, if you want to know from which package it is taking, then you can see by date d equal to date dot get class dot get name. It will give the fully qualified name of the class. It is giving java dot it will dot date. From this package it is taking that class. It is importing that class. Okay. Now say if I am giving star, it is giving. If I am giving star for both, in the both the packages you have date class is there. If I am giving star for both the packages, it is in dynamo. The compiler is in dynamo state, in ambiguity state. So it is not able to identify from which package I should consider that date class. Okay. If you are giving date directly, then the compiler will give first preference to the class which is fully qualified name in the import statement. If this is not there, let's say comment it. It will not give any, it will not give. Already it is star is there. Okay. It is taking from different package. Import.java dot different package. Okay. It is showing date also. Now, is that constructor is not there for that. Okay. No issue. Next one. This is of under sub package. That's what I told you. So whichever the package that you have, so until that we need to give under the sub package. Any some other sub package is there. Those will not be considered. Okay, that's what this point. Whenever you are importing a Java package, all classes and interfaces present in that package by default will be available. Only the classes and interfaces present in that package only, not its subclasses, but not sub package classes. The point remember this, but not subclass sub package classes. Okay, if you want to use sub package classes, compulsory we should import that sub package level also. If you want to use the class of array first, then compulsory I need to use of a or array first. Compulsory under arrays we have classes is there, under array 2 is there, right? Let's say if I'm using of 2 a equal to new 2, then compulsory for this class also I need some other import statement again. I need of some other import. See, arrays 2 arrays sub dot array first. So compulsory we need to use inner or sub package. We need import statement compulsory if you are using any classes in the sub package. Okay, that's what the meaning of this one. Next one is static imports. Till now, static imports. Till now, all these classes are. If you want to use, we can create an object of this class, and then we can call the methods. Let's say two class I have imported, right? If there is some method inside the two class, if I want to call this method, I need to create I need to create two class object and then call method one. I need to call this one. If I want to call the method present in two class, this is of non-static method. Okay, because static keyword is not there, right? So non-static. If I want to call this method, I need to create object of two class and then I need to call it. Okay, same way. Even if any predefined class is also there, for that we need to create object and then we need to call the methods. Okay. Now, for example, if there is some static imports is also available. Static import, static class, static methods. Okay. Now let's say some example. Take one class So the methods which are this one, the methods these are, see, all these are public static. Static is there. If you want, you can see of. Let me copy some methods. Maybe will be more clear. Many things are here. Let me show you that. Come down. Math class contains some methods. Okay. What is that? SQRT means square root of that. Okay. Square root of 16 is what is that? 4. Alright. What is the max value of 20 and 50? There is some predefined methods. We don't need to write logic for this one. There are some predefined methods are there. Okay. Now let's run it. Then see, it is giving some. What is the square root of 16? 4 into 4? 4 square means 4 square, right? It is 16, right? Max of 20 and 50? 50. I want to generate some random number. I want to generate of some random number. It is generator of this number. Next time it is going to generate a different number. Go on, see. It is going to generate 0.52. This next time it is going to generate a different number. 0.30. Okay, if you want to generate of some, if you want to generate some random numbers, then we can use a random method. Okay, this class is there. This is a math class. Inside this all the methods are static methods. Now let's see, I want to see show you some methods, or else tomorrow I'll show you the source code, or else let me google it. That's source code Java. Okay, now let's see. Second, guys. Yeah, now let's see. Come down a little bit. Yeah, see, it is of final class. Okay, it is of final. See, public final class math. Okay, if you want to do any mathematical operations, we can use of this class. This is a predefined class. Okay, now inside this we have a method called many methods is there. Out of that, SQRT. SQRT. See, there is a method called SQRT of, it is taking some number, okay, some double, whatever it is, but it is giving up output in the form of, it is of double, right? The return type is also double. It is giving in 4.0 dot 0. Okay, it is not an integer, guys. It is giving dot 0, some floating number. Okay, now max also there is some method max. See, there is a method called max int a comma int b. It is giving max number out of two numbers. Okay, it is using of some ternary operator that I told you in the yesterday's class. Remember, guys, it is giving a greater than b. It is true means, that means a is big. If it is written false means, then after colon that spot, that is for false. Okay, now see, this is for integer, max of int a comma int b, max of long a comma long b. But whatever I have given, I have given of int numbers. I have given two int numbers. If dot 0.89, dot 5.78. It is of what type of numbers? It is double. There is of method with for double also maybe. Okay. Now let's see. Long is there. See, there is a method called for max of double comma double. Okay. Now there is one method called random also. Random method. See, it is going to generate some random number by using there is a one more class called random. It is creating object for that class and it is giving up some method, it is calling, it is generating some number. Okay, now, so for this classes, if you don't want to use of class name, this is qualified name, right? If you don't want that, then we need to use of import, static import. Okay, static import, import, import static, sorry, import static thing, java dot, what is the package name, that's good, like java dot lang dot path. So dot star is giving, see, math dot star. Okay, if you want, if you don't want to this one, then all these are static methods, guys. These methods are static methods. Let's go and see the source code. Now random method, see, it is a static method. See, public static synchronized double of random. Okay, if you want of max of int, it is a static method. So for this, we no need to create a object. For static methods to call, we can use either direct class. Directly we can use class name. We no need to create a object for the to call any static methods or static variables. Okay. If you are giving as a static import, then even we no need to use of this is with without static import. Okay. Now let's see with the static import. See, with the static import, we can use either with the method name also. But in case of non-static non-static methods, we can't declare the method names. Okay, here directly either we can use with the dot class. Remove this static import test. Okay, now see, I'm using of inside math class. Max is a function method. Okay, random is a method. Square root is a method. Whenever you are calling that method, we no need of object or class because those are static one. Okay, for static variables or class methods, we no need of class name. If you want to call method name directly, you can use either class. If you are using static import, directly you can call that method. Even we no need to mention class name also. Okay. That's what the meaning of static import. Okay. Maybe now we can go through whatever that we have discussed today. Today, maybe tomorrow we'll continue other topics. Maybe system.out.println. I will share this document. Just please go through that. Maybe it is more familiar when I am explaining that to you. You can understand better way. Okay, guys. That's what for today's class. We'll meet again tomorrow. Thank you.